Is so sick. Like 5 underclings, one after the other. The last with this really precise thumb, super demanding. You get to a clip and you have to like really sort of cross under to do another cross. And in that final move, you grab this like really subtle crimp. And I'm bringing my right foot just super high up, same height as the hand, keeping the body close, trying not to get the hand stuck low in the pocket. Just enough space to get it out. Really, really amazing line. Super pumped. Oh my gosh.
Awesome to have you guys out. I'm Zimba, and I've been climbing for a little over 10 years now as a dedicated passion, something that really moves me to be my best self. And in that journey to be my best self, I'm finding getting a place, working towards one big objective, balancing that with climbing, and that I've chosen to do here in the Red River Gorge. Finally bought a place 14 months ago, and that's where we're at today. And this, as a young man in uncertain times, is what I'll be working on for the next many years. In college, I am grateful that dance was my minor. It was a focus of mine, movement, flexibility. I see climbing as vertical dance. I feel really grateful that climbing found me at a young age in the form of just getting on Walmarts and buildings and frankly trespassing on roofs that I shouldn't be on when trees got too easy. And then through scouts, finding healthy outlets of going to the local climbing gyms and pulling on plastic and loving it and making friends and ending up going outside a few times enough to say, I really like this. And this isn't have any risk of getting me in trouble like being on top of buildings do. And it's way harder. I'm loving the puzzles. So much for me at a young age and still present day, I love puzzles. Not necessarily these two-dimensional which piece goes where, but complex like mental brain mind puzzles. Things where you can't really figure it out quickly and you're having to really crunch some numbers or figures. Climbing is really like, here's this puzzle, here's this problem if you're bouldering, and the solution and how much time you have to solve it is all dependent on your fitness. And the solutions you come and bring to solving this particular problem can only be found through experience. So when I first arrived here in the Red and there were others living in their car, passionate about what they were doing each day, getting up early, talking around the fire about this climbing objective or that climbing objective. And you dare never speak the grade, right? You're just like mentioning the route name and then, oh wait, what was that? Mercy the Huff? Oh wait, what was that? You know, table of colors? Let me go look at the book. Oh my gosh, that's really hard. You know, you're like putting the grades together and slowly discovering the place and gaining admiration for the people that you're around, wanting to prove yourself and see what you're capable of, and then bringing that back around the fire and others being excited about that. Like, wait, you got on what today? Good work, man. You got it in one hang, like you're so close, you'll get it soon. We're only about 4 minutes away from the Motherlode parking lot, and here in just a few minutes, we'll take a trip down the road and we'll get to some rock climbing. So many crags in the Red have a lot of notoriety. You hear about it at the campground, you hear about it amongst your friends, maybe you see it online, you're like, oh, I really want to try that. Shipyard is not one of those places, and Sail is not one of those routes. I've like never really heard anybody talk about it. But Brennan gives it, again, 3 stars in his book, and as part of my goal to keep checking off these 3 stars, this 12B was on the list, but because it's only ever in the shade, I've had to wait all winter to get to it. And so it's like the first warmer day, you're able to get out to it a little bit. And then we're out here and it's like getting cold and getting screaming barfies and numbing on the holds. So for being a high humidity day, the friction ended up being pretty good.
Is so sick. Like 5 underclings, one after the other. The last with this really precise thumb, super demanding. You get to a clip and you have to like really sort of cross under to do another cross. And in that final move, you grab this like really subtle crimp. And I'm bringing my right foot just super high up, same height as the hand, keeping the body close, trying not to get the hand stuck low in the pocket. Just enough space to get it out. Really, really amazing line. Come out to sail.
Well, I'm so jazzed. That was awesome. Just getting off of sail here at Shipyard. Thing's so sweet. Sort of like subdued classic. Brendan gives it 3 stars. Ray only gives it 4. Wanted to get out here and try the thing out. Never been out. A little rainy today. Feeling like conditions weren't going to be prime. Especially with some of the holds getting a little bit of moisture from the top. More friction dependent. But I was able to pull it out second go somehow. Went up, hung draws, sort of brushed a few things, saw what was what. Was surprised at how hard some of the movements are on this, as it's really rare to get one undercling into another undercling. And this route has at least 4 underclings back to back. Continuous flow, like undercling to small crimp, to big pocket, very thumb dependent, 2 finger, swimming out to big undercling, coming up into an undercling, over again to another one, each more shallow than the last, culminating to like a big swim out, very important thumb, very subtle, like the worst of the 4, really needed to work feet over, and then for me, a full extension, coming into a clip that then like sets me up to make the final clip under my hand. And I knew I'd be pretty tired at that point, but I didn't anticipate how much that right hand would want a momentary recovery. And so I ended up needing to take the subtle left 2 finger just beside it, shake on something terrible, which seemed like a bad idea because the final move is really left hand crimp dependent. But I just did what I needed, reeled back in, made the clip, and luckily was able to execute that final bit, which is getting some rain on it. But with enough core tension, you're getting your foot like so high up by your ear that your belly is just sort of into it. I'm coming to this subtle thing. It's maybe only taking like 5 pounds off of the body, but it's just enough to come as you're falling away into like a final precision slot. When you're there, you hopefully won't fall. You're little ways above the last bolt, and luckily was able to pull it out, but it is definitely raining up there. Wasn't sure for today if it was gonna happen, and somehow we were able to pull it off. Very, very much a classic. I would give it 5 star, but I understand if Ray wants to keep it at 4.